how do you find a website? When you try to connect your browser to a site like Google, you might feel a bit lost because you are just sending a name out into the void. To make sense of this, imagine a phone book. In this book, every human-readable domain name is paired with a specific numerical identifier called an IP address, which acts like a digital street address. The process follows a simple pattern where your domain name request goes to a DNS resolver, which returns the correct IP address. Think of the DNS resolver as a helpful guide. You send a request to the DNS asking for the location, and it replies with the precise IP address you need. Once you have that number, your connection is established, and you can finally reach your destination. That is why we call DNS the Internet's phone book. Where does Google.com go when you type it into your browser? Think of a domain name like a Russian nesting doll. The outermost layer is the top-level domain, or TLD, like .com. Inside that sits the second-level domain, which in this case is Google. Tucked inside that is the final piece, the subdomain, like mail. Together, these form the full address, mail.google.com. Notice how the dots act as dividers. The dot separating mail and Google points us to the subdomain, while the dot before com identifies the primary domain. To understand how your browser finds this address, look at the hierarchy. You have the top-level domain, the second-level domain, and the specific subdomain. When your computer looks up an address, it actually travels from right to left. A signal beam starts at the far right, hitting the .com first to find the primary registry. Then it moves left to find the Google section, and finally it lands on the specific mail subdomain. This is called a right-to-left lookup because that is the order in which the internet resolves the address. Always remember the structure, which is organized as subdomain, .domain, .top-level domain. What happens when you type google.com into your browser? Your browser needs to find the server where Google lives, so it sends out a network request across the internet to locate that website. Before it goes far, your browser checks its local memory, known as a cache, which stores recent addresses to save time. If the address is not in your cache, your browser asks a specialized computer called a name server. Think of this as the internet's phone book, which acts as the source of truth for domain names. The name server finds the specific IP address for the site and sends that digital numeric label back to you. Now that you have the IP address, you can finally connect directly to the web server. This whole process of resolving the name to an address is the foundation of how your browser finds the content you want to see. Browser to DNS to IP to connection.